the first rates on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty on the screens, 25,250, 225. That's about 1/3% higher. I mean, this is a great start. Once again, the Sensex is up 0.6. I mean, actually, not bad at all. You've got the mid-cap index, which is up 0.5%. So broader markets also looking up. And the IT index is blinking. I mean, it's just absolutely flat. I think we've got about 6 or 7 stocks which are in the red. That's essentially the Nifty heat map, as you can see. And the majority of stocks, the bulk of everything which is trading right now is up. And it's showing up with a 90-point gain on the index. Surabhi.
Okay, all things sweet are sugar. So that pack is really off on a pretty good note. Bajaj Hindustan, about 7.5%. Renuka volumes are big on these stocks as the day is kicking up. Even pull up a Triveni Engineering. Good news for all the distillery and the ethanol manufacturers. Up about 6% there. So sugar is a very, very sweet spot in the market today. But on to individual names on the Nifty itself. Nifty is managing a 90-point up move for the time being. L&T is the big winner. 1% up, followed by HDFC Bank, about 1.25%. The Bajaj Financial twins, Finance and Finserv, both of those stocks are up and about. There is some buying on NTPC. Then there are some FMCG names like Britannia and HUL that are doing pretty okay. Hero Moto and Mahindra continuing the form, and there's Reliance up 0.5%. Just curious to see what Tata Motors is doing. Stocks cooled off after yesterday's massive move. It's down about 1.5%. But otherwise, it's a good opening for the Nifty. About an 80-point up move and, plenty of flair on the large cap screen.
Well, that's right. HOEC, there's some news out there which was flashing for your screen earlier. The block D80, both wells, D1 and D2, they have been activated for production. I think this was the trigger for the stock. So that's why HOEC is up closer around 4% as we speak. So big up move is what we're seeing out there. The other one I'm looking at is Nidlon. There was a large trade that took place in early morning session. So that explains why volumes are massive on Nidlon, and also you have, a bit of an up move on that stock. So keep an eye out there. Chambal Fertilizers has been in a bit of a range, but from the F&O basket, well, that's one of the big gainers in today's trading session. And Voltas, that's actually been moving quite well. Well, that's cooled off a little bit. It's down closer around 1% as we speak. So a good start, but that MSCI rejig takes place later today. So that's going to be top of mind. And HDFC Bank, that's now cooled off a little bit from the top. That's the stock to track because bulk of that $5.5 billion inflow will be towards this large name.
Well, 85 points higher. We are up above 25,200, 25,235. So, I mean, a lot of sugar I can see as far as the top volume traded picture. Balrampur, Renuka, Bajaj Hindustan, there is Praj, which is up 5%, EID Paddy, Triveni, Dhampur, Dalmia, Dwarikesh, Awadh, Magad, I mean, Uttam Sugar, Andhra Sugar. I could go on. I mean, 8-10 names, which are all, and they've got volumes. I mean, they don't show up. Many of these don't show up with large size volumes right out of the gates in the morning, but they are now. So that's looking good. And we should have some of these names up at the bottom of the screen as an alert. Just to keep track of what's happening. Oil India is up 3%. So that's a sort of new non-sugar name in the mix in the morning, 3%, so 756. We've got what else? I mean, actually, it's kind of tough to find non-sugar names. Patel Engineering maybe 4% higher. Bharti Hexacom, I saw an initiation from one of the brokers this morning. Bharti Hexacom is up about 2.5%. Stocks at about 1,200 plus at this stage. So that's it. I mean, as far as the broader markets go, in terms of what's up, 4:1 is what the advanced decline right now looks like. On the downside, you've got Tata Motors, which is down 1%. So it's a top volume-led loser. But, of course, the cuts won. Paytm is down about 1.25%. Paytm is done well from the lows, 350-ish or so, started moving up and, it's come up to where it is now. We mentioned CDSL already. PB Fintech is another one which is down 1%. Voltas is down about 1%. KPIT Tech is down 1%. Zentech is down about 3%. Kernex is down about 3%. NIIT Limited has had a sort of rocket-like move recently. That is taking a bit of a halt as well. So this is, I mean, essentially the bulk of what we have as far as price action is concerned. I mean, there is more stuff and we can maybe talk about this. Look at the, I think the Prestige stock was higher where there is the QIP. And the Max stock, Max is selling off about to about 660-ish or so, is down about 3.25%. as well. So 2 real estate companies in the market to raise money, and a lot of them are. So why not?